And here we are on the Antigua shipyard, up 2-0, showing a very, very strong and solid management style. We've got the blue Protoss player, CreatorPrime. His opponent, as Apollo mentioned in the pregame, he's got to find a way to kind of get through this wall, be it early aggression, be it an all-in, be it some sort of, economic overextension. In the left side, as the Red Terran, ST Hack.
And ST Hack, going to mention it one more time, did beat Mouse Sports Mana 3-0. Also beat Mouse Sports Hazurobs 3-1. But looking back at those series and how they played out, Hack played normal. Hack outplayed them. He out-multitasked them as he's a decently fast player. And
right.
The drops weren't dealt with. The attacks on the natural weren't dealt with either. But Creator, as shown in that previous game in Ohana, when pretty much everything is equal and, you could even argue that Creator was a little bit behind because he should have had a second Colossus out, and he only defended it with one after initially losing a couple of sentries and a Colossus, and he still defended it. So looking at the aggressive options on Antigua Shipyard, I still don't think it's even possible, even on an aggressive map like this for Terran.
Absolutely, and just taking a look at the early game, things look very standard. No gas is taken yet for either players. I want to go ahead and give a big thank you yet again to Razor, who's sponsoring the TSL since TSL1 all the way to today in TSL4. Stay tuned, guys. We will have that daily draw for the prize winner who's going to take home that Razor Orca headset, and that'll be coming up very shortly.
And we do have gas being taken here by Hack. Taking gas like this, it wasn't gas first, so it could still be Reactor Hellion. I mean, Hack has a lot of different builds in his pocket where he can choose from. Whether it be Marauder Hellion or something like that, a Hellion drop could potentially work. And maybe that's going to be his option here. Really hit the aggression before that mid-game, before that, usually his timings are like 10 minutes when Stim and the Medivacs are out and ready to go. But maybe he's going to do the aggression earlier this time. But Creator's actually taking a second gas here. This is interesting.
Yeah, stepping away from the CreatorPrime style that we've seen thus far. Maybe we'll see Creator mix it up. Maybe he wants to get into the mind games a little bit. I wouldn't expect it. I wouldn't bet on it, but anything's possible here. We've got Hack pushing out with his first Marine, driving that scout away. Creator's okay with that. He's seen all that he could see. Meanwhile, in the main base, as you mentioned, that gas taken early, just starting to go to work on that. Continuing Marine production, everything looking just standard.
Yeah, he starts another Marine, though, instead of adding on a Tech Lab. Hack, and that's what he did previously. So by the looks of it, he's going to skip the Tech Lab and go straight to factory, and there's the factory. Oh, sorry, I missed it in the bottom right. So a proxy factory coming down with only a single gas taken so far. This looks like it's just going to be a proxy 3 Hellion drop here while maintaining his front ramp and almost pretending that he's expanding, giving a false sense of security here. But with Creator going double gas here, Chill, is that he's able to, of course, have more gas banked up. He's able to tech himself here, whether it be a blink opening, whether it be Robo before expanding, like we saw first too early, just for safer options. And that, that's what he's doing.
And as we see in the bottom right, I also missed that factory. We've got the starport coming out now. So as you mentioned, going to be a 3 Hellion drop. Unfortunately for Hack, Creator hasn't taken any expansion. He's got the robotics up. He's going to have the observer out, but it's probably not going to be there in time before the Medivacs are dropping Hellions in. But the side effect of this is with Creator teching and not taking a very fast expansion, he's going to be sitting on the defensive, and the Stalkers will likely be in the area when those Hellions first arrive.
We also have Twilight Council coming down. This is insane here. I mean, is he going to actually go for blink play on this map? Blink play is great against any form of aggression here. DTs, it would have been the other way around. Twilight Council, then Robo, I suppose,
right.
As you don't really need the Robo to get the Warp Prism out before DTs are ready. So I guess blink play is going to be the option here. And I think this is a really smart play. I was thinking maybe this could be it. And there's the blink. And this is just so... He's reading his opponent so well, saying that, well, I'm kind of smashing this guy. He's either going to be super greedy or do an attack really early on. And both of those conclusions come to going blink early on, which is great against both.
Yeah, and looks like Hack's timing just a little bit off as the Medivac is just slightly delayed. As we mentioned, Creator continuing with this blink play. The Observer moving over into the main base of Hack. And Hack is taking an extremely greedy expansion, considering he really only has Marines back at his main base to defend this. The Medivac now well on the way into Creator's main base. 4th gateway being created for Creator, and looks like his Stalkers are unfortunately a little bit out of position. Here come the Hellions.
Yeah, the Hellions are going to do a lot of damage here. What's the reaction time of Creator? The probes go immediately. Great movement. And the Stalker's already back. He's not going to lose a single probe here.
And he's really committing for it. Going greedy. He does get one swipe there. Loading up and then unloading. Really committing to this attack. But the probes are all split up. He's going to get a few more for his troubles. Looks like the workers killed, showing 6 workers killed there for Hack. But with that blink play coming up as a follow-up, it's going to be really, really difficult and uncomfortable for Hack to defend this. And look at this, he's correctly identified it, putting up bunkers in his main base. But you know, if there's something that it's difficult to lock down, it's blinking stalkers.
And there is a Hellion in the main base again that snuck his way in. Is going to try and bring down another one, but it shouldn't as Blink is ready. But with a bunker set up in the main, all that Hack needs to do is evacuate the natural, which he's doing, and just go in the bunkers and start building units. And I don't think Creator can break this down per se, right. You know, massively in the center of it, but he can wear his opponent down while potentially expanding here, which I think is going to be the best option now that these bunkers are set up.
Yeah, with the Observer able to grant sight, I think he's just going to pick off these outside units, and yeah, I don't believe that he'll continue to go really aggressive and all in. But I mean, even from the low ground, he'll be able to swing to the western side and pick off even the refinery from the low ground. Going to be really frustrating. And now with this probe at the natural location, we can see that yes, he does have his eyes set on taking a natural.
And it looks like a Banshee did push its way in the main base, but 2 Stalkers are already there waiting for the potential follow-up of a Banshee, which we're now seeing come out. While Creator continues his harassment on the refinery, on the supply depot. But to be honest, the Marines can't even defend it with Blink there. As long as he doesn't lose the Observer, which he doesn't, and the scan fails.
Beautiful.
This is just excellent play by Creator, and he is expanding behind it as well.
And he's now starting to take down supply depots. We've got a second Banshee coming out for Hack as that floats over to join the first one. And he'll try to push in. 2 Banshees able to take out 2 Stalkers. Let's see if these gateways are in cooldown. Yes, they are. So if these Banshees decide to push forward, Creator has the option to just warp in more Stalkers. Continuing to be annoying with the Stalkers. Scan goes off yet again with the Observer escaping.
Yeah, this is just insane right now. And with the Robotics Bay coming in, hold that thought though, because the Stalker is getting outnumbered in the main base, but Creator does warp in additional Stalkers, and he will be able to deal with these Banshees, and another defense set up there. With the Robotics Bay coming down, seriously, on 1 base and 1 gas, how are you meant to do anything here? And to be honest, you can't against Colossus. The only thing is Banshees. And with the amount of Stalkers available here, this is playing out excellent from Creator, who's looking to go 3-0 if this continues like it is.
Yeah, it's such an unfortunate situation for Hack. He wants to have Vikings, but he's committed to Banshee production. Now coming in yet again, trying to take down these Stalkers. He takes out... Oh, he does not even take out the weakened ones. It blinks away with 9 HP. Very beautifully played by Creator. And yeah, what's he going to have to deal with these Colossi? Yes, he'll have Banshees, but I mean, with the Blink Rush, you already have a significant number of Blink Stalkers able to deal with the Banshees. And look at this. Creator finding a hole, able to harass down the barracks. And this is just looking from bad to worse for Hack.
Yeah, and he's going to pick off a Tech Lab and then just bounce out of here in true Kangaroo style, just doing excellent damage. And unfortunately for Hack here, I feel that his end is near. Just Creator's outplaying every dimension of this game, everything he's ahead in right now. Of course, the supply lead, Colossus, the tech lead is now in his favor too. Tanks are going to be a bit of a nuisance, of course, but to be honest, if he has enough Stalkers and he has the correct blinks, he's in perfect position, even picking off a barracks in the main base. And goes down to pick off the Observer Chill, but I can't see a way for Hack to get back in this.
Well, Hack is trying to go all in, but he can't even find space in his main base to put buildings where they won't be sniped down by these marauding Stalkers. So frustrating. Hack does have this kind of proxy factory building tank to prepare for his Banshee tank Marine all in, but I mean, it's just going to be so delayed. Creator is happily mining it at his expansion. He's got extended thermal lance on the way. He's got a second Colossus on the way. He's actually researching +1, and he's got a 20 supply lead. You know, and this all in is still far from happening. If it even does, it looks like it's not even going to be an all in. He's just resigning himself to take an expansion now, and I don't know. It just doesn't even seem feasible for Hack at this point.
And you know, even though an all in could potentially come, Creator knows that's an option, so he's playing it very safe. You know, he's got cannons in the main, cannons in the natural, just so he doesn't need to leave Stalkers and Observers behind just in case Cloak does come out. And the Observer now that's going to make its way into the main base will see the command center missing, and upon seeing that missing, Creator will just go take a 3rd base. He doesn't need to cross the halfway line anymore. And as the Observer enters, he sees that the command center is missing. He's going to go down, check the south side, he does die anyway, but he knows that the expansion's there. He just takes a third base here, and what really can Hack do? There's no aggressive options from Hack, and Creator can throw down double forge, or a secondary forge. He has added on additional gateways here, so to be honest, he could expand, and that is the safer option to clear up the victory, but by adding on extra gateways here, he could just go for the kill.
It looks like Hack is trying to make use of his no man's land units over on the eastern side, building tanks, loading them up in medevacs, and such an investment just to get a little bit of utility out of these buildings on the right side. He's actually swapped his starport over to put a reactor on it, continuing to produce tanks out of this eastern factory. Creator looking for any sort of counter drop, actually going to blink into the main base. Yeah, I mean, as you said, second forge coming up for Creator. He's got 3 Colossi out. It's just so safe, and I mean, I feel like at any point Creator can take this game wherever he wants. He can go just kill Hack at the natural, or he can play it safer, take a third base as you mentioned, take it a few minutes later, and then kill Hack.
Yeah, the problem is he sees tanks on that natural now, so can't really break it. And if he does break it, remember right now that if Colossus go down, SCVs are the best thing in the world because they just stop any units you have from doing anything while Marauders and Marines pile down the damage. So he's playing it very cautiously, going straight up to Storm even before that third base, as he knows that that's the one weakness that could potentially lose in the game if he doesn't have Storm. Marine Marauders, tanks, and SCVs against Colossus, yeah, Colossus can do damage, but you know, if they go down versus the Banshees maybe, if something goes wrong, it's over.
Right.
So he's got that Templar down, he'll get the Storm out immediately while just taking the third base, and eventually with no third command center down, this has to be just a 2-base push, and what really is going to come from that? I don't think a lot here, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. We see the probe scouting the bottom right starport and doing a little double take as it wraps around there. Now the army from Creator going down there. Looks like he's going to scout the high ground, take out the factory, and then head on down to the starport. Hack would do well to just lift this up and give it up before the army actually charges down there. And yeah, I mean, here we go. 2-base all in, as you mentioned, but this, I don't know about this army, Apollo.
It's going to be very close with Storm finishing here, but Storm's the winner here. I mean, even Colossus at this point is the winner because he's just got so many of them. He has +2 attack and 1 armor. Even though it's not done right now, it will be done by the time this attack happens. So he's actually got 2-1 lead over his opponent at 0-0. And then Storm on top. And to be honest, this, even though it looks scary on the minimap, is going to be the most one-sided battle we have seen all day.
I mean, Creator can even just give up his third, and that looks like exactly what's going to happen. As the tanks siege up, he's just not even going to bother. He's going to say, here, come kill me at my natural, I'm waiting for you. Please, I'm begging you. So 3 Colossi, as you said, and 3 Templar, all with Storms. Here we go, sieging up on the low ground, Pack trying to find a good position. Colossi raining down, there are the Storms, oh my god! The Storms, the humanity, Apollo.
Oh, indeed. And now the Vikings go down. If the Vikings go down, that Colossus will remain. But it doesn't matter. They're just upgrades. They're just so good. And Hack GG's out, or W